Yo, what's up, man? It's your guy Ray Hanma, one versus a million. Hitting you on this late night stream here. I'm not your fan, I'm not your stand for I am brother. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. Hopefully my mic is a little better, from previous times. Um, yeah, because I went and got like a new mic of some sorts. So yeah. Yeah, as you know, this stream, this with the Geek-verse news, this is just to bring people in, introducing them to the movie night, that's about to be had. And yes, we're going to be checking out Chocolate, 2008 martial art film. Basically, martial art film derived from Thailand. About this girl, who's autistic, who's basically uh, born from, who's a product of a gangster and his liaison, I believe. Yeah. So, and she ends up becoming ill, and basically, that's the gist of it. She ends up becoming ill, and the daughter, who's played by uh, Jija Jija Hayden, I believe. Hayden or Hayden. And yeah, and she's going around collecting debts, that is owed to her mother, so she's going around just giving cats the business, you know, tell them, hey, if you don't pay up or else kind of attitude. I'm like, damn. So yeah, and other drama and all that stuff ensues, as you will see. And yeah, it's a very great, spectacular film, martial arts film. And also, too, I was told, from last I checked, yeah, that Jija is possible where they say, she may be the sister of Tony Jaa because she came that raw with it. I think that film was like her debut. For everybody to in becoming exposed to her. And so, and after that film, I start seeing her later on down the years in some other films, that she featured in. So, and she was in um, Triple Threat, which I believe, yeah, has Donnie Yen in it and Michael Jai White. And yeah, so man, it's just, yeah, this is, became a good, decent classic in the martial arts world. So, but yeah, this is true because I believe I've seen it. Yeah, if I, is vague, but I do believe, yeah, that she was trained by a little bit by Tony Jaa, as well as obviously from another institute in which name I forgot during my research. But yeah, but look it up in the Google. Yeah, this girl is bad. I'm like, damn, is that wifey? Oh shit, that's wifey. Yeah, man. So yeah, that and also a bonus that I thought about adding, in which I felt like, yeah, I really, really wanted to add because it's just spectacular, man. The last 10 episodes of this show was just spectacular. So I'm like, yeah, of this particular anime. So to where I'm like, yeah, I gotta show it. Even though it ranks below um, the anime, which became our original anime night because it's a series, and yeah, so it ranked above it. This Kingdom ranked above it in regards to manga sales, and it was and is only second Kingdom, which is only second to what to Demon Slayer sales. So Demon Slayer is sitting, is top dog, the king of the hill of the sales. And so therefore, I mean, and that's great news for our show Kingdom because that just, gives me a whole bunch of of joy in a sense because I'm like, hey, well, there's a lot of you cats, you know, you know who you are. You sleeping on Kingdom, damn it, shit. You been sleeping, and now, damn it, which shows them because it has a high popularity and slash fan base. They came out with the new season, the current season right now, which is season 6. And I think their latest episode was episode 3. And that shit is deep. It just, you have no choice but to be provoked and with such great thought into it. Like, okay, what would you do? Those who you know who are caught up, what would you do if you was in King Jiang's situation and faced off against a daring Li Mu who came to you boldly and told you, do not unify the Middle Kingdom, but instead do this. I'm going for King Jiang's King Jiang's uh, solution to basically end the warring states. You know, to end this over 500-year-old feud, because they was warned, as you know, you could tell from the introduction, that they've been warned for like over 500 years. Each country, some join forces with each other against others, and just or sometimes it's just a free fall. But yeah, that, and also to not to waste your time, brothers, but I also have videos I'm also excited to share. Videos that I managed to download because I couldn't figure out how to download them into my main memory. The videos from Instagram, because you can only save them and shit on Instagram, but I have them, and listen, I will share them. For the most part, it's geek related, whatever, but some, it's quite not. But still, I thought it was cool, to share. So, you guys will be checking that out with me. And yeah, and also too, you have some other content that's deep into the Geek-verse. So yeah, um, this involving a project that's I, last time I checked might be out already, or it's coming out, or might be coming out like at the end of this year or the beginning of 2026. So, and that's Predator Badlands. So I would say that. So yeah, you guys share with me your thoughts on that, on those shows. And the anime that I was referring to, that's ranked below now. It's been one of the longest running mangas out, which is One Piece. Which is ranked below our show Kingdom in manga sales. Ain't that a bitch? Now, I'm a One Piece fan, damn it. I've been watching that shit since from day one, damn it. This is from episode 1 all the way to where we're at now. 1146. Waiting on the next episode, 47. 1147. So yeah. So yeah, I will share some with you guys real quick. So yeah, thank you guys for coming through. Yeah, so check out these IG videos, man. Y'all might get a kick out of it. So yeah, let's check it out.
Hey, yo, excuse me. Yo, you are so pretty. You got a man?
Yeah, why are you slow? You're creeping me out.
No, I ain't mean to creep you up, man. I just want to talk to you for a minute. You just so beautiful. Like, can I have like a minute of your time? Hold on, look.
No, you can't.
Look, wait, look. I got the money. I got the money. Yeah, hop on in. Yo, you are so beautiful. What's your name?
So how do I get this money? What do I gotta do?
All you gotta do is sit here and talk to me about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Look, did you do know the return of the book of Revelation? He's returning soon, right?
I just know you're joking.
Wait. Hear the word.
I just know you're
Hear the
joking.
word.
Act like
Yo.
you are.
Oh, sit down. Oh, shit. Salute. Yeah, thank you, brother Ronan, for coming through, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man. Oh, she didn't expect that one, did she? Oh, oh, peace. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go to the next one, man. Because I just went. I was just down. I was just down on the show. I was so happy, man. I was like, yeah, I'm able to download IG videos now. Damn it, yeah. And y'all know, motherfuckers be posting some funny shit on there. So yeah. Boy, that dog was like, oh, it was like, what the? The dog looked like that. What the hell is that? It's like, yeah, I ain't going down there, damn it. Nope. He's like, I changed my mind. That dog looked like, yeah, we can go back now. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Okay. Let me go to the next.
Y'all remember when the English voice actor for Sung Jin Woo released behind the scenes footage of him practicing the Arise scene?
Correct.
Ew.
Somebody animated it, and this is the funniest shit I've seen in a long time.
All right, Alex, so today we're recording the Arise scene.
Oh, no, yeah. I know about this one. I got a lot of, like, DMs about it. So I actually had a lot of ideas I wanted to run by you. So you mind if I try them real quick?
Sure, go for it.
Wiki.
We are not doing that.
Wait, like, wise.
What?
Correct.
Ew!
Rise!
Not so loud!
I said
Smaller.
You said
Smaller.
to say the word.
I hate you so much.
You said smaller. Arise! Arise.
Yes! No!
Ingress! Get out! Arise.
Yes. Yes!
Oh, we got it?
Finally!
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh,
All right, great work, everybody. Thanks. And voice acting's not easy, huh? I got one more.
The funniest ones to me had to be either him screaming, Egress, wake up, or the Arise, bitch. This one gets me every time. Let me know which one was funniest to y'all.
Yo, that shit was hilarious. I was like, okay. So I was like, yeah, I like how they made that one. Sung Jin Woo. All right, I better go to the next one real quick.
Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame. Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame.
Now that shit was hilarious. Oh shit! I was like, "That be okay." You know, I know that was a skit, but oh man, just we didn't expect. Okay, there was gonna be a oh, what a senorita there, ready to dance and twirl his ass all the way down there until he fell to the ground. Oh, all right, let's go to the next one.
Thanks, man. So, Carnage Symbiote, Vibranium, Blue Beetle Nanites, Kryptonite. All of them are infusing the Omnitrix, which is attached to the Infinity Gauntlet. We have the Power Rings and then the Elemental Rings, Ant-Man button, and then, cause why not? And also, one ring to rule them all.
Yeah, I gotta watch that again. I was like, hold on, that motherfucker got too much shit now. I'm like, damn, just the Infinity Gauntlet, boy, depending on who wields and shit. Look what it did to Tony Stark and and the Hulk. Shit, when they used that damn gauntlet. So yeah, let's check that out again.
Suavemente.
Thanks, man. So, Carnage Symbiote, Vibranium, Blue Beetle Nanites, Symbiote, Vibranium, Blue Beetle Nanites, Kryptonite. All of them are infusing the Omnitrix, which is attached to the Infinity Gauntlet. We have the Power Rings and then the Elemental Rings, Ant-Man button, and then, cause why not? And also, one ring to rule them all.
That motherfucker had too much shit now. I was like, damn, yeah, that's just too much power. Like with that glove alone, with all the power, let's say, in the what if, in the what if of Marvel, that they was to, you know, fit that in there of all those different sources of power. Like they have to get somebody that's incredibly inherently powerful enough to wield it and not be consumed by said power. And if they can, if they can wield it, then therefore it may be possible where they might be able to rival cosmic cosmic beings if they had such a glove. So yeah, let's check out this next IG. said when your personal trainer is a psychopath. The motherfuckers cried all the way back to the gym. Oh, hell no, that was hilarious. Oh, let's see what somebody said in the comment. Oh, yeah, peace. Peace, GC. What's up, man? Peace. Peace and blessings, GC. Yeah, man. See that motherfucker person trying to chase his ass down. The motherfucker's running like, no, you cannot take my hoagie away from me. Oh, this is my jelly-filled donut. No. And that motherfucker's crying like, ah. Oh, shit. Cried his ass back all the way back to the gym. Damn right. Hell yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to show this other one.
老师，不好意思，
不好好上课摸金去了是吧？摸金！
好兄弟一辈子，我还给你带饭啊！好，立住，立住！
いけるんだよ
！78度的彦祖们集合
！78度，forever！
赶紧搞定！学习委员课代表出列，拿下他们，给你们保学分。
哎呀，张学姐这招也太……是啊是啊。
逐一拿下各个区域，并消灭敌人。
给你们保学分。
佢做錯呀，我做什麼？
I've been kicking with a Magaki. Oh, this is hilarious.
剑来，万剑归宗，冲！
Oh, hell no.
中国上门了！
剑来，万剑归宗，冲！
Not a picture.
我率领
中国上门了！
人。
Oh, hell no.
他们来了！我靠，差点完蛋！没吧，咱得扳回一城。
救救我耶！
告诉我娘，不是梦中。
友军重伤，友军重伤！
我嚟揾你咯 ！Geek-verse！
兄弟们，该猛攻了！
我们也猛攻！
调停调动调队！
我们也猛攻！
What?
调停调动调队！别走！别走！
出嚟啦！
Oh,
好累
hell
啦！
no.
猫抓老鼠！
别走！
不是人呐，衣服放猛攻去
了！
放猛攻去了！
挑战搜索。
我生气了，杀！
反弹！
反弹无效！
反弹！反弹无效！
反弹！反弹！反弹无效！
保护着！
可恶，剑主合体！
Hell no, that was beyond bizarre. Hell no, that was just and very creative. Yeah, yeah, that was very creative. Like I couldn't I couldn't think of none of that shit. Oh man, that shit was awesome. Oh, yeah, hilarious. I'm like, did this bitch just drew a tank? Oh hell no. So yeah, let me go ahead and oh shit, yeah, I gotta share the next one. I was like, yeah, that was just phenomenal. I actually didn't get to see that one all the way through yet. So yeah, let's go to the next one.
So, how did it go? You know what? It was fun. It was nice just to chill, talk. We got some food. And? And what? Well, did you hit? Oh, nah. Nah, she wants to take it slow, you know. She's a slow burner. Oh, dear. You drove 2 hours, spent $50 on gas, and she hit you with the old, I want to take it slow? Who's gonna tell him? Tell me, who are you talking to? Poor guy, eh? He doesn't have a clue. Happens to the best of us, I guess. The best of us, I guess. Who is she talking to? I'm right here. The first one hits the hardest and hurts the most. Am I right, fellas?
Oh, hilarious. Oh boy. This nigga should tell him. Oh man, I don't know if y'all seen these man already, but yeah. Some of these that I haven't seen yet, but you know, I've seen a little bit of. I was like, yeah, I gotta save this. I gotta share this with you guys. So yeah, man, that shit was hilarious. So yeah, let me go to the next one real quick because time is of the essence.
What would Uncle Ruckus think of Black Panther?
First of all, ain't no such thing as a black superhero. Spider-Man is a white man. Peter Parker, that's a white man. Superman is a white man from a different country. Of course, he's an alien, so Donald Trump might send his ass away from here. Iron Man is a white man. There's no such thing as a black superhero. Black folks make crime. They do not prevent crime. So if there was a Black Panther right now, I'd send his black ass to jail. Send his black ass to jail. Go get in the corner and take a in your litter box today. In your litter box today.
And that's your word.
That's the reality of it all.
I appreciate it.
Oh, I just fist bumped a What a horrible day. What a horrible day.
That was that was Uncle Ruckus, boy. That shit was hilarious. I was like, oh hell no. Oh man. Well, I'll see this black ass in jail. Oh man. Oh. They're like, oh, I fist bumped the neck. Oh, oh hell. Oh shit. Oh man. Let's go another one. Oh shit.
How say you fucking cuck in Chinese？ 你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男。How say you fucking cuck in Chinese？ 你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男，你个绿帽男。
Oh, hilarious. Nikalubama. 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 Oh, shit, that's hilarious. When I first see this, I was like, yes. Oh. That motherfucker smacking. They're like, why are you smacking these motherfuckers? Oh, shit, this is like what the third, fourth video of his, man, I saved. I was like, yeah. Oh. I was like, yeah, I gotta save this clown, boy. I gotta share this, man. That shit was hilarious. All right. So I'm like, yeah, so that's how I say that in Chinese. All right.
How say you got me fucked up in Chinese？ 别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我。How say you got me fucked up in Chinese？ 别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我。
Beata Maloa. Beata Maloa.
How say you got me? How say you got me fucked up in Chinese? How say you got me fucked up in Chinese? 别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我，别他妈惹我。How say you got me? How to say get back in the kitchen, bitch, in Chinese? 滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房。How to say get back in the kitchen, bitch, in Chinese? 滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房。How to say get back in the kitchen, bitch, in Chinese? 滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房，滚去厨房。
So that's what you tell them. I seen the comments of this, man. Motherfuckers like, thank you. I got kicked out of some restaurants, for for motherfuckers saying that shit. I'm like, why would you practice that in a whole Chinese establishment? You dumbass. Yes, of course you're gonna get kicked out. Go to jump on. Go to jump on. Go to jump on. That shit was hilarious. So now I'll be playing for you guys. Yeah, we gotta keep track of that dude. Man, and some others. So yeah, so best believe here coming up, we will be showing over here at the Hanma Force the pre-movie night. We'll be showing some videos from some marvelous videos. Yes, which is a part of the Geek-verse. So yeah, Geek-verse news. And yeah, some of these videos I could say, yeah, I have not seen yet. So yeah, we'll be watching it for the first time together actually. So I was like, I watched this, so I was like, let me share this though with my brothers. So yeah. Let me share this. So I'm gonna pick out one of them, and then give me your take in the comments about what you think. And yeah. So if you're a geek as well, and you're involved in this franchise, or if you have seen any of this yet, yeah, just feel free, man, to give your take.
After diving deep into the official FX podcast for the season finale of Alien Earth, I've uncovered some absolutely fascinating insights that the creative team shared about Episode 8, The Real Monsters. This is focused on the hidden layers, Easter eggs, and production secrets that the writers, actors, and crew revealed about what's arguably one of the most complex endings in the Alien franchise. Let me take you through 20 incredible discoveries that will completely change how you view this finale. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Suavemente.
After diving deep into the official FX podcast for the season finale of Alien Earth, I've uncovered some absolutely fascinating insights that the creative team shared about Episode 8, The Real Monsters. This is focused on the hidden layers, Easter eggs, and production secrets that the writers, actors, and crew revealed about what's arguably one of the most complex endings in the Alien franchise. Let me take you through 20 incredible discoveries that will completely change how you view this finale. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please...
How say, you got me.
My bad, technical issues, my bad. You guys can look, fast forward a little bit. Hit the speed on there. So turn the speed up if you want to get past this. So yeah, it was just a little technical issues on my end. This damn Rumble Studio, but it's all right. No complaining here.
After diving deep into the official FX podcast for the season finale of Alien Earth, I've uncovered some absolutely fascinating insights that the creative team shared about Episode 8, The Real Monsters. This is focused on the hidden layers, Easter eggs, and production secrets that the writers, actors, and crew revealed about what's arguably one of the most complex endings in the Alien franchise. Let me take you through 20 incredible discoveries that will completely change how you view this finale. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The dark genius behind Hermit's lung transformation. During a late-night Bangkok writing session, series creator Noah Hawley came up with one of the most twisted plot devices I've ever heard about. Mgizi Pensano, who's the co-executive producer and writer on the show, revealed that when they were figuring out where the specific xenomorph that Wendy connects with would come from, Hawley had this dark smile and said, "You know, we have that lung." He was referring to the lung that was surgically removed from Hermit earlier in the season. Pensano described Hawley's expression as not evil, but pleased at some dark stuff, and they decided to use Hermit's extracted lung as the incubator for the chestburster. This means that the xenomorph Wendy can communicate with is literally born from a piece of her brother's body, creating this perverse biological connection between the siblings that goes far beyond their human bond. It's a twisted metaphor for how family connections can survive even the most horrific transformations, and it gives new meaning to Wendy's ability to talk to this particular creature. The unscripted hand-holding scene that broke everyone's hearts, one of the most emotionally devastating moments in the finale, almost didn't happen. Rob Inch, who served as stunt coordinator on the show, revealed that when Arthur gets face-hugged and the hybrid children hold his hands as he's dying, that hand-holding wasn't actually in the script. It was a spontaneous decision by the actors Jonathan Ajayi, Adarsh Gaurav, and David Rysdale during filming. Pensano called it one of those moments that was like, "Oh, this is such a little kid thing to do," seeking comfort from a father figure in a moment of terror. But then it becomes heartbreakingly tragic because these same hands that were seeking comfort end up having to hold Arthur up as the chestburster tears through his chest. The improvised moment of childhood innocence becomes the support system for his death, and Pensano described it as both god-awful and wonderful. This unscripted addition shows how the actors instinctively understood their characters' need for parental connection, even in the most horrific circumstances.
Now we rule.
Boy Cavalier's victory disguised as defeat. Here's something that completely changes how you should view the ending. When Boy Cavalier laughs after Wendy says, "Now we rule," he has actually won. Noah Hawley explained that what Boy Cavalier has really accomplished is creating a new species, and he's a genius who is responsible for this evolutionary moment. Samuel Blenkin's performance as Boy Cavalier in that final scene was deliberately crafted to show that even though he appears to have lost power, he's actually achieved his ultimate goal. Hawley specifically noted that you cannot count him out, because he will find a way to regain the upper hand. The laugh expresses the satisfaction of a creator watching his experiment come to fruition. Boy Cavalier wanted to have an interesting conversation with someone, and he finally got exactly that with Wendy. His imprisonment marks the next phase of his plan, making him far more dangerous than anyone realizes. The Peter Pan cemetery scene's hidden meaning. The opening cemetery scene with Dame Sylvia served as a brilliant psychological setup. Pensoneau explained that Noah Hawley deliberately placed this scene of Dame Sylvia caring for the graves of the hybrid children's former human bodies.
Move on Noah's part to remind you of the sort of the humanity of the hybrids before we go into this place where at the end we're going to see them sort of lording over their world, their domain.
It's essentially emotional manipulation of the audience. Hawley wanted viewers to remember these characters' human origins just before they completely embrace their non-human nature. The scene also serves as a reflection of their final state. In the beginning, they're visiting their graves as mourners, but by the end, they're ghosts who have returned to haunt the living. The cemetery becomes a symbol of their transformation from children who died and were reborn to supernatural entities who no longer need to mourn their past selves. The synthetic fight wasn't originally in the script. One of the most intense action sequences in the finale, the fight between synthetic Kirsch and Cyborg Morrow, wasn't even supposed to happen. Rob Inch revealed that he got a message from the first assistant director saying Noah had something coming down the pipe for him, and it turned out to be this one-on-one synthetic versus cyborg battle. Inch was immediately excited because he loves fights that use the environment, and they incorporated the lab setting with trays, floors, tables, mirrors, and glass. The fight was designed to showcase the unique strengths of both characters. When Morrow gets slammed on the table, it bows with him and breaks his back, but because he's a cyborg, he can still crawl and pull his leg out. Inch noted that the fight never felt like it was ever going to end until somebody put the bullet in, emphasizing the inhuman durability of both characters. This last-minute addition became a perfect metaphor for the collision between different types of artificial beings in the show's universe. Wendy's line delivery was directed at a specific person. When Wendy delivers her chilling final line, "Now we rule," Sydney Chandler revealed that she was holding direct eye contact with Boy Cavalier the entire time. Chandler explained that if the camera was spun around, you would see that she's holding eye contact with him that whole time, and that Boy Cavalier finally met his cerebral match. This was a direct challenge and acknowledgement between two incredibly intelligent beings. Chandler knew this was the crucial final moment and told herself, "That's it. Do not screw the last frame of this. Show up." The eye contact represents the passing of power from one generation to the next, but also the recognition of intellectual equals. It's Wendy telling Boy Cavalier that his creation has surpassed him, and she's now playing his game at his level. The hybrid children's physical transformation was unscripted. Something fascinating happened with all the actors playing the Lost Boys during the finale that wasn't directed or discussed. They all naturally changed their physicality when they embraced their power. Chandler noticed that everyone settled into the power of their body and realized the power of their vessel. She described how the childlike mannerisms of hunched shoulders or being closed off disappeared once they realized they were essentially ghosts who had returned to haunt the living. For Wendy specifically, there was this power of stillness. She could hold eye contact forever and stand perfectly still forever and stand her ground in that way. This wasn't something Noah Hawley directed. It was the actors instinctively understanding their characters' evolution from frightened children to supernatural beings. The physical change represents their psychological transformation from victims to predators. The xenomorph performer has a secret cameo. Here's a fun Easter egg that most viewers probably missed. Cameron Brown, who performs as the xenomorph in the suit, also appears as one of the Yutani soldiers in the show. Rob Inch revealed this little nugget of information during the podcast, showing how the production made use of their talented stunt performers in multiple ways. Brown was cast by Noah Hawley months before Inch joined the production, and Inch praised Brown as a stuntman in his own right and a talented stuntman as well. This dual role adds an interesting meta layer to the show. The same person who embodies humanity's ultimate predator also appears as a human soldier trying to fight against alien threats. It's a clever piece of casting that speaks to the blurred lines between human and monster that the show explores throughout the season. Arthur was the only real parent figure in a show filled with damaged parental relationships Arthur stands out as the only adult who actually functioned as a proper parent to the hybrid children. Pensineau pointed out that the other adult figures in their lives, Kirsch, Dame Sylvia, and Boy Cavalier, are all pretty messed up parental figures, and none of these people are people that you would want to have as your guide for morality. Arthur was unique because he was the only one who openly expressed love for the children, and tragically, he's the one who gets face-hugged and chest-bursted. Pensineau called it the most tragic thing that we can put into Arthur's last moments, just when he represents what a surrogate parent should be, someone who is very open about the fact that he loves these kids. He's killed in the most horrible way. His death represents the loss of genuine parental love and guidance, leaving the children with only manipulative and self-serving adult figures. The "Now we rule" line has multiple meanings. Wendy's final declaration, "Now we rule," isn't as simple as it sounds. Pensineau revealed that heading into a potential season 2, whatever they might be thinking, "Now we rule" means, I doubt that any one of them is on the same page together. While the hybrids appear united in their rebellion, they're still very different characters, with their own agendas and interpretations of what ruling means. The line works on multiple levels. It's a declaration of power, a threat to their former captors, and a statement of independence from human authority. But it also hints at future conflicts within the group, as each hybrid will likely have different ideas about how to use their newfound power. The ambiguity of we versus I also suggests that Wendy might be thinking more about her own rule than collective leadership, especially given her unique ability to communicate with the xenomorphs. The parallels between Boy Cavalier and the hybrids were intentional. Noah Hawley deliberately created parallels between Boy Cavalier's backstory and the hybrid children situation that the children themselves don't recognize. Hawley revealed that Boy Cavalier tells us killed his own father and replaced him with a father he could control, which is an awful story to them, but there are clear similarities in terms of being mistreated by a figure of authority, and we're rebelling against that figure. And, in some cases, that's going to end in death for people. The children don't see these parallels, but Hawley does as the storyteller. This creates dramatic irony where the audience can see that the hybrids are potentially following the same destructive path as Boy Cavalier, rebelling against parental figures and replacing them with versions they can control. It suggests that their victory might not be as morally clear-cut as it appears. The stairwell sequence used real environmental dangers. The impressive stairwell chase scene where the xenomorph pursues characters through a broken-down building used practical effects and real environmental hazards. Rob Inch explained that they built this massive set that was quite scary when you're sort of standing in that void. Rather than using green screen or digital environments, they created a physical space with real danger elements. Inch noted that having actors perform in an environment with a real edge there, and there's a real element of danger, while being safety rigged with wires, gave them the realism in that acting moment. The approach was to pre-rig the dangerous areas and then bring the actors in weeks before filming so they could get comfortable with the environment. This method meant that when actors like Alex Lawther had to express terror while being chased, they were actually experiencing some real physical stress and environmental challenge, making their performances more authentic. The hybrids never really escaped their parental figures. Despite their apparent victory, Noah Hawley suggested that the hybrids haven't actually freed themselves from their parental influences. When asked whether the adult figures remain parents to the hybrids even after horrible things happen, Hawley responded with a question: "Are the things that your parents did to you still with you to this day?" He noted that, "I don't think we escape our parents very easily, and we're shaped by them for better and worse." This means that even though the hybrids have imprisoned their former authority figures, those relationships will continue to shape their behavior and decision-making. The physical imprisonment of the adults doesn't represent psychological freedom for the children. They're still carrying the damage and influence of their traumatic relationships. This sets up future conflicts where the hybrids will have to confront not just external threats, but their own internalized damage from these parental relationships. The series questions which species will actually dominate. One of the most intriguing aspects of the finale is how it subverts audience expectations about which species will ultimately triumph. Noah Hawley pointed out that you have a show called Alien Earth, and you still can't tell which species is going to dominate at the end of the first season. While viewers might have expected a traditional xenomorph invasion story, the hierarchy that's emerging is much more complex. Hawley specifically noted that he wouldn't count out the various other creatures, including the eye midge that infected Arthur, saying that they all, either in concert or singularly, have the potential to ruin our lives. The show examines multiple forms of artificial and enhanced life competing for dominance. The hybrids, synthetics, cyborgs, xenomorphs, and eye midges all represent different evolutionary paths, and the finale suggests that the ultimate victor is still unclear. The Eye Midge, zombie setup for Season 2. The post-credits scene featuring Arthur's reanimated body controlled by the Eye Midge was a major setup for Season 2's storyline. Pensano revealed that David Riestahl's character will return, but it's going to be in a human body now. The big questions for next season are whether this zombie-like entity can talk, and if it does, what does it even have to say? And what does it want? This creates a potential three-way conflict between the ruling hybrids, the imprisoned humans, synthetics, and this new zombie threat. Pensano expressed enthusiasm about getting to see more of Riestahl's performance, even if he's just lumbering around going brains. The Eye Midge zombies represent yet another form of post-human existence in the show's complex ecosystem of artificial and enhanced life forms. The xenomorph design required constant adjustments. Creating a believable xenomorph performance required ongoing collaboration between different creative perspectives. Rob Inch explained that he would look at the creature's movement from a physical, more kind of stunty, athletic way, while other team members viewed it through more of a sort of balletic kind of feel to it. This created a good balance in the creature's movement vocabulary. When the xenomorph needed to move fast, they used wire work to slam it around the corner, so that you see a little bit, but you don't see a lot. The approach was to have performer Cameron Brown having the head, having the suit, and just playing around and figuring what it could do. But Inch noted that every time the xenomorph appeared on set, a member of cast was a new member of cast, and they'd never seen it, and they were all freaked out. This continuous reaction from new cast members helped maintain the authenticity of their terror responses throughout filming. The 50-50 actor-stunt double approach. Unlike many action productions that rely heavily on stunt doubles, Alien Earth maintained a philosophy of having actors perform as much of their own action as safely possible. Rob Inch revealed that when you look at all the episodes, actually, there would always be 50% of them doing it, and 50% the stunt person doing it. This approach meant that actors like Sidney Chandler and Alex Lawther were really embedded in the action sequences while being supported by stunt doubles for the most dangerous moments. Inch emphasized that the actors had to express terror, panic, and other complex emotions while performing physical action, noting that if they buy into that moment themselves, it becomes more real. The extensive preparation included 2 months of workshops where Inch built cardboard box versions of the sets for rehearsal, allowing actors to become familiar with the environments before facing the actual dangerous situations with full rigging and effects. Wendy's connection to the aliens represents honest self-recognition. Sidney Chandler's interpretation of Wendy's alliance with the xenomorphs goes deeper than simple survival strategy. Chandler explained that Wendy doesn't align with the aliens out of loyalty, but out of recognition. She sees them as creatures that were just trying to survive, and were taken to a completely new alien space and experimented on. And that's her. The key insight is that Wendy recognizes the aliens as being truthful to their natural nature. They're not trying to manipulate or change their hard wiring. This honest acknowledgement of their predatory nature allows Wendy to find clarity about her own identity. When she tells Joe, "I don't know what I am. I'm not a child. I'm not a grown-up. I'm not Marcy. I'm not Wendy. She's expressing the same kind of raw honesty that she admires in the xenomorphs. Her connection to them represents acceptance of her own dangerous and unpredictable nature, rather than trying to fit into human expectations of what she should be. The graveyard scene triggers Wendy's final transformation. The seemingly simple scene of the hybrids visiting their human graves serves as the catalyst for Wendy's complete psychological transformation. Chandler described it as a moment where it clicks for her. Marcy's dead, and that's when the magnets, if you will, come together. She explained Wendy's internal struggle as being like two magnets that you can press together, but you can't get them to fully touch. And there's that void in between. That void represented her dead human self, Marcy. And when she sees the graveyard, she realizes that space, that dissonance is Marcy. The visual confirmation of her human body's death allows her to finally integrate her hybrid identity completely. This is the moment when her synthetic body and uploaded consciousness fully merge into one cohesive being. The graveyard scene represents the death of her internal conflict and the birth of something entirely new and potentially dangerous. The series explores what makes a monster through multiple horror types. Noah Hawley's approach to horror in the finale combines several different types of terror to create the deepest possible impact. He explained that in order to really create the deepest horror possible in this show, you have to combine several types of horror. These include the literal don't be eaten horror, the primordial fear of parasites, the body horror, and the moral horror of the things that we do to each other. The most disturbing example is Morrow presenting slightly with the choice of selecting a human for face hugging, which would be awful where it asks of an adult, but to ask it of a child is really an abomination. This combination of horror types builds to the finale's central question: what makes a monster? The answer is complex. Both the aliens and the humans who create impossible moral situations can be monstrous. By the finale's end, the line between monster and victim has become completely blurred, with the child victims having become the new authority figures who are capable of their own acts of monstrosity. These insights show how deliberate the finale is. Beat by beat, unscripted moments land hard, and simple scenes carry layered psychological meaning. The Real Monsters rewards a close watch because it runs on several levels at once. What looks like a clean power shift is really a study of trauma, identity, and the repeating cycle of abuse and revolt. And it points to a second season about what happens when damaged kids get control without ever learning how to process their pain. This brings us to the end of this episode. We will be landing a ton of Alien videos today, and coming weeks. Keep it at Marvelous Videos. We will catch you in the next one. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
I figured that was the meaning of that when she said, that now we rule. And I figured that's what she meant by Marcy when she said, "Oh, now we rule." When she told that to Boy Wonder. There's different meanings. Yep, and I've been caught onto that. That's what that was. That smile. That was a smile of joy because of him beholding his what his creation, then came out to being. Hey, so and it's so now it's going to turn into a battle of minds between them, of wits, being a game of wits. So, and then seeing our guy, I forgot his name, the brother, the black dude, let's see how he's going to come out of this in season 2. And definitely when this new season drops, season 2, yeah, the eye midge. that have attached itself to a dead author. So we're gonna see now. Okay, this thing we're gonna see. Okay, that it's going through his body. It's gonna start talking, and let me guess, it's going to start talking about going into the origins of the xenomorphs and their capabilities and whatnot. And so I don't know, maybe that was the same image that tried to attach itself to one of the xenomorphs, like before the ship crashed. Like as the people on the ship was getting taken out, while he was the black dude was trying to program some shit, program the location where he was trying to go, but it ended up crashing. Basically, like he left it on autopilot and hurried up and dipped off into that safety compartment, just so he can avoid getting attacked by the xenomorph. And as we see, them cyborgs are strong, because when he momentarily captured the xenomorph, you see him dragging it as he had it like captured into this like wired net or whatever that's designed to hold them temporarily. So, but let's go into the next video real quick.
The matter of hell and its ruler is of utmost importance to the Creator.
The interesting thing about the Sandman comics is that there are several different kinds of gods that exist here. There's gods from the Egyptian pantheon, the Norse and Japanese pantheons, and even voodoo gods for that matter. What the main Sandman comics 1989 and others like the prequel comic Sandman Overture explain is that this creator, this overarching presence, is the only real god there is. I'll explain. In the 22nd issue of the Sandman comics, Dream is supposed to go to hell again to free someone he cared for. And here, Matthew, his raven, asks Dream about Lucifer Morningstar because Matthew wanted to know about the threats his master was going to face in hell. Here, Dream clearly states that although a fallen angel, Lucifer is the Creator's finest creation, and that Lucifer is the most powerful being in the multiverse, albeit second to the Creator himself. In fact, Sandman confirms this in the show as well, and when Lucifer asks if Sandman is scared to face them, Sandman indeed says that he is scared. So, Lucifer is the most powerful being, but the Creator is still more powerful. In fact, Cain was sent to hell as Dream's emissary, and the only reason Cain was sent was that he had the mark of the Creator, which meant that Lucifer could not hurt Cain. So, does that mean that the other gods are inferior to this supreme being called the Creator? Are they just figments of mortal people's dreams and fears who became so powerful that they escaped the dreaming and took physical forms? After all, we have seen entities leave the dreaming and enter the waking world to do their own thing. So, the questions that are posed before us are, who really is this Creator? Is he the one who gave birth to Night and Time, the parents of Dream and his siblings? In this video, I'm going to explore everything I have learnt after reading the entire Sandman saga, so get ready for a hell of a ride.
The key is yours.
The Creator takes what he wants. Neil Gaiman's Sandman deliberately portrays the ultimate Creator as mysterious, and he's practically never seen. In the comics, this being is usually called the Presence or simply the Creator, and is treated more as an almost mythic force than a character. In the original comics, God never appears or speaks directly. Instead, we see traces of his will. For example, at the end of Season of Mists, That's the arc covered in comic issues 21 through 28. Two angels named Duma and Remiel say that only those who serve quote-unquote the name may hold hell, and they forcibly take the key to hell from Dream. I will explain. So in the comic as well as the show, Lucifer abdicates the throne of hell and hands the key to Dream. Now, ruling over hell meant gaining immense powers. While Dream did not want that, he had to choose a successor because the denizens of hell, that is, the Neverborns, the damned, and the demons had escaped and needed to be brought back. But he could not give the power to just anyone because they would use it for ulterior motives. And when all the various gods arrive in the Dreaming to take the key, Dream hosts a banquet so that he can observe the claimants personally. Among these were Duma and Remiel, the angels sent by the Creator. In the show, they say that they were only there to observe and report everything, but in the comics, specifically issue number 27, the two angels have a message from the Creator. The message was that hell is to remain open, as it was once before. It is to belong to the demons because it is the shadow of heaven. It's what gives heaven meaning. The Creator has decided that hell needs to be handed over to Remiel, and Duma and Dream gladly offers them the key. The angels aren't happy by this decision, but can't go against the Creator. Dream arrives in the hall and announces what has happened, which annoys most of the entities present. Later, in issue number 27, we see what has become of hell. Remiel and Duma now rule it, and one by one the damned and the demons are returning to it. Remiel and Duma command that the demons that the torture of the damned will no longer be mindless or just for the heck of it. Instead, all the punishment that's meted out would be redemptive, corrective torture. The damned souls think this is a worse choice, but they don't have a say in this decision. All of this implies that the Creator's decrees still hold weight, even if he himself is absent. In fact, Lucifer himself acknowledges this unseen power. When boastful demons claim to rival him, Lucifer grimly replies, "There is but one that we have ever owned to be our superior. There is but one greater than us, and to him we no longer speak." Thus, Sandman treats the Creator as the ultimate unseen force. He's powerful and absolute, yet watches things from the sidelines, much like the biblical version of God, or rather, the Abrahamic version of God. You see, this so-called presence or Creator shares many traits with the standard Abrahamic God, like omnipotence, omnipresence, never taking physical form. However, Gaiman has always insisted that the Creator is not specific to any religion, he just is, and that's also the case with the Sandman version of heaven, which is called. So, if the Creator takes what he wants, let's now discuss the hierarchy, vis-a-vis the Creator, the endless, and the beings who created the endless. That is night and time. Let's find out who is above whom. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you have liked the video thus far, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Those two small clicks from you will help us tremendously in bringing you more of these marvelous videos.
I stand in my gallery and summon the family to me. It is I, Destiny.
Let's continue. The endless and the cosmic scale. Parallel to all this are the endless, who are embodiments of personifications of fundamental forces like dream, death, destiny, despair, destruction, desire, and delirium, who was formerly delight. Now these people exist on a cosmic scale of their own. The endless are not gods of worship, but they operate above conventional theology. Gaiman once told readers that the endless are not to be seen as gods. While gods need to be believed in to exist, the endless will continue existing whether we believe in them or not. And this is reinforced in the Netflix show as well. I will ask my editor to show you the scene from Sandman Season 2 when Dream goes to visit Ishtar.
Gods are very hard to kill.
All one needs to do to kill a god is to stop believing in them.
In other words, Dream and his siblings transcend mortals' belief in the same way a mathematical concept transcends the people who use it. Secondly, the endless are metaphysical entities that govern the fundamental forces of existence, and unlike the Creator, they are not unseen or without a shape. In fact, they can even be killed. Around 80,000 years ago, Despair died, and the Despair we see today is her second incarnation of sorts. Even Dream meets his end, although he pretty much plans for it and wants it. Yet, The endless persist because they represent core elements of reality. They are constant until the universe itself winds down. That's their deal. They're the structure that holds everything in place, at least until time itself ends. So the Creator created all life and the universe. The endless exist only because the universe developed ideas like dreams and destruction. So you see, if there's no more dreams in the world, Sandman would cease to exist. If there's no more lust or want in the world, desire would cease to exist. Clearly, the fate of the endless is dependent on the universe, and sometimes humanity. But that's not the case with the Creator. His existence does not depend on all these petty things. Clearly, the Creator is definitely above the endless. So the hierarchy would be the Creator at the top second, the endless at number 2. But what about the Creator versus the other gods, the ones humans worship still, or worshipped once? Well, the gods from various other religions are basically a kind of a byproduct of the dreaming. As humans dream, they give power to these gods through belief. That belief lets these gods break out of the dreaming and form their own legends across the multiverse. But once that belief fades, the gods lose their power and return to the dreaming. They're myths that come to life, but they don't have the staying power of the endless or the Creator. The Furies or the Kindly Ones, for example, are a prime example. These beings, who take on multiple godlike forms, aren't just tough enough to challenge the endless, but they have actually got what it takes to kill the endless, or at least end their incarnations. And by all logic, if you can kill something, you are mostly more powerful than that thing. I mean, do not bring in swarms of insects and microbes into the picture. Anyway, so now the hierarchy becomes first, the Creator at the top second, the Furies at number 2, third, the Endless at number 3 fourth, the other gods at number 4. Aside from the Endless, a few other powerful entities exist in the Sandman universe. We got beings like Lucifer and the other angels. Then there's the nightmares and manifestations of dreams. But Sandman obliged to what the angels asked. You might say that it was out of fear of the Creator. However, we also know that Sandman fears Lucifer, which means that the Endless are not as powerful as the angels and maybe even the Furies, which would place them right after the Creator. Of course, the nightmares, like the Corinthian, and dreams like Fiddler's Green, are the least powerful, so they would come at the very bottom. However, we have left out one last entity, or pair of entities. I'm talking about Night and Time. Time is the father figure to all the endless siblings, and Night is the mother to at least Dream. These two are the creators of the endless, and in that right, they are absolutely powerful. In fact, time has also existed since time immemorial, and night has existed since the time there was no day, that is, no sun or universe, which means that even she has existed since forever. Now, while I know that the Creator created the universe and all that and has been here since always, so have time and night. However, much like the endless, these two are not worshipped, but I am assuming that they are as potent as the Creator, because time exists it's omnipresent, and night or darkness is inevitable. Wherever there's no light, there's darkness. Even if the universe ceased to exist and went dark, time and night would still be here, much like the Creator. So, I would place night and time along with the Creator, and here's what the final hierarchy would look like. First, the Creator, time and night, all sharing the first position. Second, the angels that the Creator created at number 2. Third, the Furies at number 3. Fourth, then come the endless at number 4. Fifth, next, the other gods. Sixth, and finally, nightmares and dreams. I hope you agree with this hierarchy, irrespective of what your opinion is. I would like to hear it. And now, let's talk about the Sandman version of Hell, which is called the Silver City. Gaiman also insisted that the Silver City, which is basically the haven for angels, was written to be, he said, and I quote, "Not paradise, it is not heaven, it is the Silver City, not part of the order of created things." In other words, even what might seem like the biblical or Abrahamic heaven in the story is explicitly set apart from the normal creation and its maker. And on multiple occasions, Gaiman has stated that he never intended the Sandman creator to be identified with any one faith's god. But let's talk a bit more about Silver City. So So, Silver City is an ethereal metropolis inhabited by angels. This city also appears during Season of Mists, when Dream visits to negotiate over the fate of Hell. Gaiman's script explicitly describes it as ancient and pre-creation. Before the first dawn, the Silver City was, and yet it is not the Edenic paradise readers might expect. So, I got the script from johnaugust.com, and you could visit it too if you like. Moving on, the script further goes on to say about the Silver City that, quote, "It is not paradise, it is not heaven, it is the Silver City that is not part of the order of created things," unquote. In other words, Silver City exists on a plane apart from the created cosmos. Angels there live in a timeless city that was, quote, "created in the same breath as the city itself in the darkness before time," unquote. Despite its heavenly trappings like grand spires, endless light, and immortality, Silver City's theology origins have deliberately left ambiguous and for the viewers to explore. However, I am assuming that the creator himself lives in the Silver City or close to it, like he could be a constant presence here, and maybe the Silver City is the closest one can get to the creator. In fact, in the Vertigo's spin-off series called Lucifer, the former ruler of Hell treats Silver City as heaven. But even in these comics, it has been well established that God is distant or absent. Angels like Duma of Silence and Remiel, who watches over the dead, occupy Silver City's towers, yet they speak of the Creator only in cryptic terms. I believe even the angels were kept at a distance by this Creator. In Season of Mist's epilogue, we see these once silent angels ruling Hell, tending the afterlife in the Creator's stead, simply because they were compelled by the Creator's wishes, or maybe whims. Subtle difference, but an impactful one. Which brings me to my final point, which is...
Hell and its ruler is of utmost importance to the Creator.
Philosophy behind Gaiman's universe and its creator. Underneath the mythology, Gaiman's Sandman ultimately uses the idea of a creator to explore storytelling, belief, and the nature of reality. He weaves together Judeo-Christian elements with all kinds of mythologies, but he never privileges one true vision. For example, biblical figures like Cain, Abel, and Lucifer appear in Sandman, but often with twists that suggest these stories are just one layer of narrative. In Fables and Reflections, a prison conversation among Cain and Abel hints that our world's history might be just a variant reality, which is a sly reference to the ineffable creator behind all tales. Gaiman also pokes at religion itself. The existence of the creator is accepted but distant. The angels follow cryptic commands, and events like God stepping down are treated almost bureaucratically. In Lucifer, the question of why God left becomes a cosmic mystery that even theologians and archangels debate. One concept floated is that God's knowledge was so complete, his creation held no surprises, so he withdrew. Meanwhile, the endless remain above all this as allegories for existential concepts. Neil Gaiman's foreword to The Sandman. Endless Nights underlines the point. Endless beings are ideas as much as entities. Ultimately, the Sandman books imply that the creator is itself a kind of story, something hinted at through symbols, the angels and their city, and implied by cosmic order, but never fully revealed. By keeping the creator shadowy, Gaiman invites readers to consider whether the ultimate voice behind the universe is any more knowable than a story's author. Like the narrator of a fable, the present sets the stage but remains unseen, reminding us that in the Sandman universe, as perhaps in our own, the biggest answers often lie just beyond where the light falls. That was all in this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, suggestions, or just drop a heart if you liked the video. See you around!
Woo! Yeah, man, that was that was a big chunk of meat to chew on right there, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm like, wow, that was my first time seeing that. Yeah, because it all makes sense. Like, without the existence of of the endless, and the concepts that they represent, then there would be nothing. Everything would be bland. But there is a hierarchy when it comes to DC's gods and their entities and their cosmic entities and whatnot. So they're neck and neck and going back and forth with with mimicking the styles and the ideas from Marvel, which is comes to no surprise. For I've learned a long time ago that some writers have jumped ship from one franchise to another. I mean, from one industry to another. So yeah, therefore they're all working what they work on. From the company that they left and sharing and giving those new ideas to the new company. So, but yeah, and that was wild. I mean, I didn't expect that. To be honest, of him giving the key of hell to the angels, slash the creator. But it rings true what this guy said, this narrator, that that it is possible that Dream gave the key over to the angels out of fear of the creator because he knows of him being more powerful than all the rest of the gods and the demigods and even the endless themselves. So, and yes, and we do see where a whole bunch of different religions and spiritual beliefs are tied into this one. So, and it's somewhat the same as Marvel. But yeah, but I got one more video for you guys because I know it's in the late hours, so in the early hours of the morning. So what we're gonna do is, yep. So this is just for the intro, if you will, to come to the Rumble movie night that will be had later on today. So yeah, and I'm watching some other shows as well. I'm caught up with some of my ongoing animes, and yeah. And so I'm picking and choosing on which ones I would like to just share with you guys or just enjoy to myself. So, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of fire out there, fire content out there that's out there that I haven't, been exposed to yet or chose to dive into, and it's on the way as well. So, projects that are on the way. And this Ninja Gaiden 4 is out. So yeah, I'll be checking out the gameplay of that. Yes, because Ninja Gaiden is my shit. So yep, because I beat it all the way from 1 to 3, including Ninja Gaiden Black 1 and 2. So yeah, when you combine them both, there's a lot of gameplay hours. And I kind of figured too, I'm not surprised as the guy that says from the channel before you buy. Look that channel up and subscribe to it because that is a good channel to have when you're a gamer because you'll get the honest, raw and uncovered view of the games, that just dropped, Um, so therefore, that way you'll see and know what kind of game you're playing, what kind of game you are getting when you buy it. So yeah, because in that, I kind of figured it was going to be a situation like that. Whereas with Ninja Gaiden 4 is basically, if you can't tell from the from the trailers that basically that you're going to be playing like most of the big percentage of the time you're going to be playing as this other dude who knows Ryu. I don't know if he's Ryu's brother or hell, who knows, or they're from different clans and they just became cool, good friends or whatever, or if he's taking them under his tutelage of some sorts. I don't know. But yeah, but they, that's what it is. So you're going to be playing him and getting used to his character and gameplay. From what I've seen, man, some of that action is looking badass. I'll tell you that. And it feels good too when you are able to play Ryu, that you're able to play like the classic version of Ryu. Ever since from the first Xbox, that classic Ryu. So you're fighting cladded in black leather and all that. So yeah, the uniform that we're all known and used to now. So yeah, so let me go ahead and play this next one, this last video. And then, like I said, later on, we'll be having our movie night watching Chocolate.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe.
When director Dan Trachtenberg decided to take the Predator franchise in a bold new direction with Predator Badlands, he knew the setting would be just as important as the groundbreaking decision to make a Yautja the protagonist. The planet Genna, where majority of the movie will take place, is officially designated the Death Planet by the Predator species themselves, a hostile alien world where every breath could be your last, and even the vegetation wants you dead. For the young Predator outcast Dek, portrayed by Demetrius Schuster Koloamatangi, Genna becomes the ultimate proving ground, a place where he must demonstrate his worth to a clan that has rejected him as the runt of the litter. This video explores everything officially revealed about planet Genna, from its deadly ecosystems and monstrous inhabitants to the Wayland Yutani presence that complicates Dek's quest, drawing from creator interviews, set reports, and official promotional materials. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The Death Planet. Genna's terrifying reputation. Planet Genna has earned its ominous nickname, the Death Planet, through sheer lethality. This designation isn't hyperbole or myth within Yautja culture. It's a stark reminder of the world's extreme environmental conditions and exceptionally dangerous wildlife, establishing Genna as one of the most formidable survival challenges known throughout the galaxy. According to producer Ben Rosenblatt, the story begins on Yautja Prime with Dek and his immediate family. But through a series of both exciting and tragic events, he's set off on a journey on a foreign planet, and that's where most of the film is taking place. After being banished by his father, possibly the white dreadlocked clan leader seen in the trailers, and losing his brother Quay, Dek steals his brother's ship and crash lands on Genna to hunt the legendary Kalisk, a creature even his father fears. The planet serves a similar purpose to the game Preserve Planet from Predators 2010, but Genna appears to be a natural death world rather than an artificial hunting preserve, with hostile plants and animals that have evolved in this environment over millennia.
And you've come to the most dangerous planet.
Geography, environment, and inspirations. While Genna exists in the distant future of the Predator universe, the farthest out that it's gone according to Rosenblatt, taking place after all previous Alien and Predator films, its physical representation was brought to life through New Zealand's diverse landscapes. Principal photography took place between June and September 2024, with locations including Rotorua in the Bay of Plenty, Taquiti in the Waitomo district, and South Head Peninsula in the Auckland region. Rotorua's geothermal activity, dense forests, and Hamarana Springs provided the lush, humid jungle environments seen throughout the trailers. The wilderness of New Zealand was specifically chosen to represent Genna's savage beauty, with these locations offering the variety needed to depict the planet's diverse biomes. Trachtenberg revealed that the setting of Conan the Barbarian served as a major inspiration for Genna. There's something in the Conan vibe that feels right for when we're digging into the culture, the director explained. He deliberately avoided making the film feel too Star Warsy or too Star Trek, instead aiming for a brutal, fantasy-tinged aesthetic that recalls Robert E. Howard's Savage Worlds. This creative direction manifests in Genna's presentation. It's not a sleek sci-fi planet, but a primordial, hostile wilderness where only the strong survive. The planet features dense, humid jungles rich with life, which makes sense given the Yautja's established preference for jungle environments in their Earth hunts. Trailers reveal mist-covered forests, suggesting a humid climate, and at least one scene shows Dek near an ocean or large body of water, confirming the presence of seas or rivers. The dominant topographical feature appears to be thick jungle filled with deadly plants and tentacle-like vines, creating a suffocating environment that demands different survival tactics than open terrain.
Where everything is trying to kill you.
The killer, flora plants that hunt back. One of Genna's most terrifying aspects is that even the plant life poses mortal danger. Director Dan Trachtenberg and his team created a hostile ecosystem where flora serves as an active threat rather than mere scenery. Spiked poisonous plants. Throughout the trailers, we see plants covered with sharp spikes that secrete a potent purple poison. These aren't passive hazards. When Dek gets too close, they release this toxic substance as both defense and attack mechanism. The pervasive nature of these plants means that even seemingly benign elements of the environment can kill. Murder vines. Confirmed in set reports and visible in the trailers, Genna features aggressive vines that actively attack intruders. Trachtenberg described these as an onslaught of forest murder vines that Dek has to defend against, and they represent one of his first major challenges upon arriving on the planet. In the first released clip from the film, Dek fights these relentless plant creatures, which first disarm him of his combi stick before he resorts to his sword. These vines appear to have some form of predatory intelligence, capable of ensnaring and potentially killing their victims. Explosive spore pods. Perhaps the most insidious flora are the spore pods, spiky spherical growths scattered across the forest floor and clinging to tree trunks. At first glance, they appear harmless, but any movement or sonic vibration causes them to violently detonate, flinging out masses of black tendril-like filaments. These function as natural landmines, adding another layer of danger to simply moving through Genna's forests. Set reports confirm that the fight with the vines would be Dek's first challenge in the movie, establishing immediately that on Genna, even the vegetation is weaponized against intruders. Special effects legend Alec Gillis, whose history with Predator dates back to the 1987 original, worked to bring these deadly plants to life. Genna's animal life represents an even greater threat than its killer plants, featuring creatures that range from small but deadly to utterly colossal apex predators. The Kalisk, the unkillable apex predator. The primary creature Dek hunts, and the reason he chose Genna, is the Kalisk, described as the definitive apex predator, and a creature that can't be killed. This massive four-legged behemoth appears to be a fusion of multiple terrifying elements. It has multiple rows of razor-sharp teeth, distinctive head tendrils reminiscent of a xenomorph queen, and a body covered in alien threats. Thea warns Dek, "You're after a creature that can't be killed," establishing the Kalisk as possessing unparalleled resilience. Trailer footage shows Dek slicing across its stomach with significant force, only for the creature to look back with what appears to be contempt rather than pain. This suggests not only incredible durability, possibly rapid regenerative abilities, or impervious armor, but also high intelligence. The Kalisk's sheer scale is staggering, moving in an ape-like fashion and standing as the largest creature seen in the trailers. Its design features massive mandibles and rows of teeth that seem endless, with those head tendrils moving with apparent purpose. This isn't just a monster, it's a creature that even Dek's father fears, making it the perfect test for a young predator trying to prove his worth. Squirt, the living shoulder cannon. One of the most creative aspects of Genna's ecosystem is how Dek adapts local creatures as weapons. Special effects expert Alec Gillis explained, "The lead predator has his equipment, but it is stripped away from him in the crash by the life forms that are on this planet. This forces Dek to improvise. He will be using Squirt, which has not been shown in the trailers yet, a snake-like creature that Dek coaxes and trains to sit on his shoulder." Gillis describes Squirt as having this ability to spit two chemicals that, when they combine in the air, become explosive and fiery. That's what got him nicknamed Squirt. The creature wraps its tail around Dek's arm, and effectively functioning as an organic replacement for the classic Predator shoulder cannon. This represents remarkable adaptability on Dek's part, turning a native life form into a devastating weapon. Bud, the deadly companion. Separate from Squirt is another creature called Bud, described as Dek's little alien friend. Despite adorable-sounding names, neither creature was added for mere comic relief. Bud has primate-like characteristics and plays a significant role in the film. Stunt coordinator Jacob Tamuri revealed, "We had Bud running around, beating people up and jumping off things in wire-assisted rigs," confirming this diminutive creature is incredibly aggressive and capable of taking down full-grown synthetic soldiers. The giant, tentacled forest stalker. Trailers reveal a massive tentacled creature swinging through the forest canopy with surprising grace. This organism appears to be a cephalopod hybrid adapted for arboreal hunting, using numerous tentacles to navigate trees with calculated, purposeful movement that suggests active hunting behavior. Its semi-translucent body features mottled texture for camouflage among Genna's alien foliage. Some have noted similarities to the Teotellus from Alien Earth, raising questions about whether these creatures share an evolutionary family tree or were possibly bioengineered by the same source, given Weyland-Yutani's presence on both Genna and in the Alien Earth timeline. The elephant rhino shapeshifter. One of the most ingenious creature designs is what fans have dubbed the elephant rhino shapeshifter, a massive moss-covered behemoth that lumbers through Genna's jungle regions. Its broad, padded feet leave deep impressions, and plant-like growths on its back suggest a symbiotic relationship with local flora. What makes this creature particularly unsettling is the set of mandible-like appendages protruding from its trunk, fanning out in eerie parallel to classic predator facial mandibles. This anatomical mimicry might represent evolutionary adaptation under Yautja hunting pressure over generations, or possibly genetic material from ancient Weyland-Yutani experiments. When the creature rears in alarm, these appendages splay wide in a predatory display that's both intimidating and feeding functional. The Kaliskian Sky Reaper. The skies of Genna are equally deadly, dominated by a colossal flying predator dubbed the Sky Reaper. With a wingspan ranging from 15 to 20 meters and a body length up to 6 meters, this aerial apex predator is perfectly designed to counter advanced hunting technology. Its most terrifying feature is the Oculus Thermis, sophisticated thermal sensory pits along its beak and forehead that actively seek out thermal anomalies. This means Dek's active camouflage unit, which must vent and manage residual heat, creates a thermal signature the creature detects instantly, rendering his stealth technology completely useless. The Sky Reaper also possesses an aeroventricle system, internal air sacs that can generate a focused, disorienting subsonic roar to stun prey before the killing blow. The Weyland-Yutani Factor. Genna isn't just a natural death world, it's also a site of corporate interest. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation has dispatched synthetic soldiers and researchers to the planet, officially marking Predator Badlands as a crossover between the Predator and Alien universes. However, Trachtenberg has been clear, there's no xenomorphy in this movie. The director explained to Empire magazine why the lack of xenomorphs actually makes the movie more exciting to him. We're not involving the Alien franchise just to smush the action figures together. There are great, organic story reasons for Weyland-Yutani to be in this film. According to Rosenblatt, this all takes place way in the future, after everything that we know from the universe of Alien and Weyland-Yutani and Predator versus Alien, all that stuff. This is the farthest out that it's gone. The mission is led by combat-oriented synthetics, with research synths like Thea and her partner Tessa observing the planet to harvest what they can from it and create all the terrifying things they do. Ella Fanning plays dual roles as both Thea and Tessa. Thea has been on Genna for some time before meeting Dek, having been seeing things she wouldn't normally see, absorbing all this new information and becoming very different from the other synths because she's broken too. She was sent with Tessa to collect specimens, including the Kalisk. Trailers show Weyland-Yutani facilities on Genna, industrial corridors, cargo crates, and advanced weaponry. Some fans speculate these might be origin facilities used to study creatures, similar to those in Alien's colonial marines. The massive battle between Dek and the Kalisk appears to take place amid the wreckage of such a facility. Abandoned Weyland-Yutani vehicles and the severed legs of an android are visible among the ruins. Thea's presence provides a crucial plot device. The film employs a universal translator that allows Dek, speaking in a newly created Yautja language with subtitles, to communicate with the English-speaking synthetics. The decision to include Weyland-Yutani stemmed from Trachtenberg's desire to give Dek an interesting, non-human sidekick that wouldn't take the thunder away from the Predator as protagonist, which then blossomed into other grander ideas. What happens on Genna? The story unfolds. Based on official trailers, set reports, and creator interviews, we can piece together the major events that occur on planet Genna. The film begins on Yautja Prime, but after stealing his brother's ship, Dek crash lands in a pod on Genna. The trailer shows him roaring in frustration after the crash, a rare display of emotion for a Predator. His equipment is scattered or destroyed by the local lifeforms, forcing him to improvise from the start. Dek's initial encounters are with Genna's hostile flora, particularly the murder vines that disarm him and force him to adapt. These early challenges establish that he's now the prey rather than the predator, vulnerable in ways he's never experienced. At some point, Dek encounters Thea, a Weyland-Yutani synthetic who has been severed in half and stuck in a nest, waiting for rescue after being sent by Tessa to collect specimens. She's lost her legs during an initial encounter with the Kalisk. The two strike a deal. Thea will help Dek survive his journey if he helps her get her legs back. Producer Rosenblatt revealed this is why the film had the production code name Backpack. Thea spends much of the first half riding on Dek's back. Trachtenberg has compared their dynamic to Chewbacca and C-3PO the movie, but with a twist. Unlike C-3PO's nervous personality, the fun of Thea is that she is really unflappable. She is positive under any circumstance. Fanning described Thea as bringing more fun to the movie that I think perfectly balances out all of the intensity, noting that Trachtenberg grew up on action comedies and wanted to incorporate humour amidst the violence. Dek's primary mission is to hunt and kill the Kalisk to prove his worth. This involves tracking it across Genna's diverse terrain, encountering numerous other deadly creatures, and adapting native life forms like Squirt as weapons. The hunt represents not just a physical challenge, but an emotional journey. Dek must overcome his status as a runt and prove he's worthy of his clan's respect. Trailers show combat between Dek and Weyland-Yutani forces. Both Dek and the Corporation are after the Kalisk. He wants honor through the kill, while Weyland-Yutani wants to exploit the creature. At some point, Thea's legs return to her torso, and she and Dek attack the other synthetics as a duo. The final confrontation with the Kalisk appears to take place amid the ruins of a Wayland-Yutani facility. Trailers show Deck wielding a glowing red laser sword, which has multiple modes and was inspired by the Demon Hunter's Warglaive from World of Warcraft. Warcraft in what promises to be an epic showdown. Set reports confirm an intense spine-ripping scene, suggesting Deck ultimately succeeds in his hunt, though at what cost remains to be seen. The creators have been remarkably open about their vision for Genna and the film. Dan Trachtenberg emphasized the planet's role in inverting franchise expectations. We have never truly seen the Predator tracking prey on a planet where every element from vegetation to wildlife poses a lethal threat. He essentially embodies the Dutch character of this story. He wanted to create a big, crazy swing rather than just another recyclable redo, telling fans, if you want the same old Predator experience, you can hit play on Predator or Prey. The director revealed he was inspired by Shadow of the Colossus, particularly wanting to see the Predator with someone else, this character who's the opposite of him. He also cited Jaws as influencing the film's tonal variety. When it's scary, it's fucking terrifying. When it's funny, it's hilarious. When there's drama, it's incredibly sincere. Regarding Genna specifically, Trachtenberg confirmed the movie starts on Yautja Prime, but we do get just a nibble of Yautja culture, because I was not at all interested in telling the story of the senatorial disagreements between trade alliances of the different Yautja tribes. So the movie is still very much an aggressive, vertical gauntlet. Ben Rosenblatt explained why they chose this direction over a Prey 2. Dan was really set on, how do we do the next thing and not make it expected? He emphasized that Badlands isn't a traditional Alien vs Predator film. It's not an Alien vs Predator movie, so there will not be a xenomorph. Ella Fanning teased her character's time on Genna. Thea has been on Genna a while, seeing things she wouldn't normally see. She's absorbing all this new information, and she's broken too, so she's become very different from the other synths. She called working on the film a big challenge, in a very different character and world than I've ever done before. When Predator Badlands releases on November 7th, 2025, audiences will finally experience planet Genna in all its deadly glory. A death world that may redefine what it means to be the ultimate predator in a hostile universe. This brings us to the end of this video, and if you like what you have seen here, drop a subs for us and we will catch you in the next one.
Now, yeah, that was just wild. Yeah, that was my first time seeing that. Like, well, I seen the first trailer, the very first trailer, and after that, yeah, I don't know if y'all have the habit of that, like, the good habit of just after you've seen the first trailer, yeah, it's like, okay, it's time to discontinue seeing anything else about the damn movie, because it's just like, yeah, it's just, you just filled with that anticipation and just, and that the high driving eagerness of wanting to see it. You're like, motherfucker, I don't want you to pile on me like 10 other damn trailers and shit to where it's like, okay, you might as well put the damn movie out type of shit. So yeah. Yeah, so that's all I was on. So yeah, so some of this, yeah, this is like my first time seeing this video, so it was cool seeing it with you guys for the first time. So yeah, what I can deduce from what I've seen, yeah, he mentioned something about, okay, that he took some inspiration from, the director took some inspiration from Shadow Colossus, and that story and shit, yeah, which is, a big cult classic. Yeah, that game was a shit. Your boy played that more than once. It was that fun at the time. Before I realized, yeah, the replay game, when it comes to the replay job and when it comes to games, video games, and including movies and shows, I got to look at it all in the same. It's like, okay, I gotta trench onward. I gotta move forward on to the next project. There's some exceptions, of course. Hence, the Kingdom show that we're having, on our anime nights. But yeah, I'm gonna put a little twist with it when it comes to this. Um, when it comes to this movie night tomorrow, well, later on today, um, I'll be showing anime. At least I would say going back. I'll take it back 7 episodes. 7 of the latest episodes of One Piece. That's what we're going to see. That's the bonus. So yeah, that's the bonus after the movie. So and yeah, man, because oh man, that was awesome. But they're talking about this Badlands though, dude. That creature looked just massive. It's like yeah, job well done, director. And the whole team. Because yeah, he's the director of Prey. So yeah, shout out to that team for that and the designers for the creatures and all that. Yeah, I mean who supposed to be like some legendary artists with their shit. So yeah, they nailed it for me because I'm like, damn, I mean, it's not that hard. Some of those ideas are really not that hard to fathom. We've seen it before in other projects and other franchises, such as like when it comes to anime and other movies and stuff like that. Yeah, if you seen a lot of shit like I have, my age is 38. Yeah, you just seen some shit, but and they know that too as well. The directors and the producers and them, they know that we seen certain things before, so they know or they should know to create stuff that's going to pique our interest, you know what I mean, and cause us to be like, okay, I'm at the edge of my seat. All right, I'm gonna, ooh, oh, that motherfucker did that. Oh, shit. What the fuck is that, man? And you look at it, you're like, what kind of creature is that, man? Like a creature like you never could dream of before. You're like, damn, just splendid. Well done for the artwork and the creativity. Yes, man. Like, because with that creature, yeah, what's called a callus? Yeah. Dude, that motherfucker was massive. And I seen it too. It was like it was munching on a damn, on a helicopter, damn it, like it was a whole snack. That motherfucker had enough teeth for probably six sharks combined. I'm like, wow, dude. I'm like, yeah, that did it. Glad there's like a final trailer to say as it should be. Damn it, when it's close to coming out. I couldn't hear the date clearly, but I'll see when it comes out. And man, like soon as that show comes out or that movie, it's yeah. I think it's damn it, I had it memorized. I thought it was either a TV show or a movie, either one. Don't matter. I'm on it. As soon as it comes out. As soon as it comes out. And you'll do right to be on it too. So yeah. Because this protagonist Dex, played by this one foreign dude, this one foreign African dude. I don't know where he's from, but that's kind of like an not yet so familiar of a name as that. Yeah, I forgot it already. But yeah, So and I've never even seen a dude who's playing Dex. I've never even seen him playing anything else. So this is my first time actually seeing this guy, and he seemed like he's from the clips of the trailers I've seen. He seemed like he's bringing that talent in it. He's putting that talent in it. He's coming with that emotion of the not emotion, but uh, that aura of the predators that we're used to. And to see that he's going to be, they deemed this, portion of the movie to be project, what they call it, Project Backpack, because he has this synthetic chick, who's missing her legs because she came across that calyx, that big massive creature. So I'm curious now, okay, to see how did she lose her legs. And he said too that she gets her legs back, and then Dex helps her to fight off some of the other synthetics that basically showed up on that planet. Yeah, I'm curious about all that. Damn it! And it seems like, from what I'm seeing, it seems like this is going to be probably an Alien franchise. Maybe a little pissed about it, but even though they have a lot more ideas and all that stuff that they could have made it even more riveting and jaw dropping and gripping than what they're going to be coming out with the Predator franchise, which is this Predator Badlands. Because within this Predator Badlands, it seemed like it's going to be, man, a lot more exhilarating and thrilling, and more action packed. Especially with this motherfucker facing this big ass behemoth of a fucking creature. Yeah. Uh, Ooh, I got a thought. If they did was to, have some, y'all know they wanted to leave the Alien franchise out of it, period. So, but what if, okay, a xenomorph, and you guys could pick your xenomorphs. Now, I know there's different versions of these xenomorphs, um, which I could show one of their old videos about it too. Shout out to them, Marvelous Videos. Shout out to them, subscribe to them. Pick your xenomorphs and have it go against that big ass creature. Now, you guys who are super hardcore fans of the Alien franchise and of the Predator franchise, tell me, will any of the xenomorphs, even the queen xenomorph, will she fare against such a creature? Will they fare against such a creature? I don't know. That motherfucker's, yeah, this shit seem like it's gonna be high packed with fucking aggression, you know, as it should be, filled, because who wants to watch a Predator movie or a show where it's just no kind of brute force, aggression, no kind of alien masculine aggression, none of that shit. It's just super soft. You get a little bit of action here and there. We don't want to see that shit. We want to see action throughout 80 some percent of the fucking movie or show. The rest, you can do what you want. But don't have to be action where we're going to be like, give a yawn to, like, oh. I've seen that before. But yeah, no. Ooh. And yeah, and how the creator for the the designer for the architecture too of the no, I mean not the architecture, but the agriculture of the planet. The designer for that, brilliant. I'm just gonna say brilliant to have the idea of making the plants, the life of the plants and stuff to be even more, the environment to be uh, a danger to even the predators, and come up with the and coming up with the brilliant creative ways of showing how and what they can do in the name of showing them how dangerous the environment can be. And those black plants and shit like that with the spikes pointing out of it, yeah. And then like any kind of like certain like vibrations or whatever will set it off and set off this kind of poisonous gas, and you don't know what the fuck is in this gas and shit and what it's gonna make you do. Yeah. It may take you out, but how? But yeah, that type of shit, man. But yeah, but thank you guys for coming through. Like I said, we'll be having a movie night later on today. Because at this time, yeah, it's way in the wee hours of the early morning. So yeah, so thank you guys for coming through. I was gonna go live earlier, but some other brothers, went live, so I just wanted to check them out. So and yeah, but this time, no matter what, who's live, we're gonna be going live. So we're gonna be going live at a better time over here on Rumble, showing here over on movie night, showing the movie Chocolate first, going straight to that, and then we'll be going straight to the bonus show, which is One Piece, starting off from the last 5 to 7 episodes of the current season. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to bless the Hanma for us, go ahead and hit the cash out for me. And I'll shout you out, next time when we go live. And yeah, and give my thanks and blessings to you, for blessing the Hanma for us. So that's what will help, help us put more fire in this engine here. But yeah, but also what will help do that is if you guys share, hit the like, and follow. And know this, but I'm not your stan, I'm not your fan, for I am brother. One verse a million. I'm out. Peace.
How to say? Get back. Get back. In the kitchen. In the kitchen. Bitch. Bitch. Chinese. In Chinese. 滚去厨房。滚去厨房。厨房。滚去厨房。滚去厨房。滚去厨房。滚。How to say? Get back. In the kitchen. Bitch. In Chinese. 滚去厨房。滚去厨房。滚去厨房。滚去厨房。滚去厨房。
Anyone past this point, who causes pain, who brings destruction, who holds evil in their heart. Those pups are gonna get purged. By Wolverine without exception.
We call them both.
And what do you sacrifice? And what do you sacrifice?
Calm. Calm. Kindness, kinship. Kindness, kinship, love. Love, I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams. With ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago, from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight. Set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost. And by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life. Make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. The ego that started this fight will never have mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything.
I am far from average. To me, it ain't no such thing. Me against the world, so fuck it, I let my nuts hang. I am far from average. To me, it ain't no such thing. Me against the world, so fuck it, I let my nuts hang.